2, 3, go. Oh, look how far the river went down, man. It's way down. It's like, might be a little lower, but it's like about where it was right before Helene hit. You see my last video. It's crazy. I wonder if they're planning something else. Because we're fixing to get the tornado season and rainy season down here. That's not what I come to talk about. So what's the point? And yeah, there's been times in my life when I've asked that. You know, I don't really ask it much anymore. But a few weeks ago, I was down here with Buddy at the river, and I watched this video one of my subscribers put up, and that's what it was about. He's like asking the question, what's the point? And it was really kind of sad when I heard it. It messed me up in the head for the rest of my walk. But after I listened to it, the first thing that came into my mind was a Bible verse. It's Ecclesiastes 12:13. He's like, what's the conclusion of the matter? What's the conclusion of the whole matter? It's to fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. And so I put that in his comment section, because I think that's the whole point. Because I look at it as, you know, you have God, the almighty living God, the creator of all things. And he knows the end from the beginning. Okay? And it's like he's weaving a tapestry. Or you could say it's like putting a puzzle together or something. And each life that he brings into this world is a little tiny part of that. You see what I'm saying? And so I guess the point is kind of figure out what your part is in it all, you know? And the way you do that is by fearing God and keeping his commandments. That's just kind of how I look at things. But the thing is, you know, I was sitting outside this morning and Debbie came and sat down beside me, and she's like, what's the point? What's the point? And we've already talked about his video and everything, you know. And like that was a few weeks ago, but she like started, you know, saying, what's the point? What's the point? So we started talking about it. I quoted that scripture to her again. And we got to talking about it, you know, and talking about the commandments, you know. And Jesus boiled the 10 commandments. And that's what commandments means. That's God's commandments. His moral law, if you will. It's really his will. The Ten Commandments are God's will. But Jesus boiled them down to 2 commandments, which is to love God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength, and to love your neighbor as you love yourself. So we kind of concluded that the whole point is love. Think about it. Because if you boil it all down, it all comes to love. God is love. God is the point. Put it like that, maybe. So like if you break down the 10 Commandments, the first 4 are about how you treat God, how you love God. Thou shalt not have any other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven images, bow down to them. Thou shalt not take his name in vain. And remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Because that's a memorial to his creation, And then the other 6 are about how you treat each other. Honor thy father and mother. Don't murder, don't lie, don't steal, don't commit adultery, and don't be coveting other people's stuff. Which is a very interesting one, and it's wild how it's the last one, thou shalt not covet. Because if you're coveting, if you covet bad enough, you'll break the prior 5 commandments. You'll disobey your parents to get something that you're coveting. You may murder to get something you're coveting. You may steal to get something you're coveting. Or both. You may commit adultery because you're coveting your neighbor's wife. Or you may lie to get something. I just always thought that was interesting, but I digress. So it's all about love. There's another boat. It's a beautiful day on a Sunday, so you might as well take your depreciating asset out on the water. Anyway, to me, that's the point, is love. Debbie figured it out. She's a lot smarter than I am. But she's right, man. It all boils down to love. You could say, what is love? Okay. Let me ask you this. What's the opposite of love? I bet 9 out of 10 people are going to say hate. Hate's the opposite of love, dummy. Right? No, I beg to differ. Because God is love. Yet, he hates sin. He hates it so much he can't even look on it. That's why when Jesus was dying on when he was dying on the cross, he cried out, Father, why have thou forsaken me? Because God had to turn his back on him because he took on the sins of the world. Couldn't look at him. God can't even look on sin. God hates sin. But yet he's love. So I don't think hate is the opposite of love. I think selfishness is the opposite of love. Because I think if you love somebody, you're going to put their needs and their desires above your own. That's just how I see it. And dude made the video. He made a reference to, human beings and how human beings are crazy. Yeah, I don't really like the word human being. It freaks me out. I like the word peoples, or mankind. But we all know what I'm talking about. People, humans. Okay. They're all crazy, right? That's what he said. Bless his heart, he didn't exclude himself from it. He says, I include myself. But I kind of beg to differ with him there because I'm not crazy. I, Mark Lloyd, am the most normal person I know. I've done a lot of crazy things. I do a lot of crazy things. And I'm probably going to do more crazy things if the Lord gives me the time. But I'm the most normal person I know. Just like you are the most normal person you know. I mean, think about that. You see people doing something, like, whatever, whatever task it may be, watch them do it. And you're like, man, they're crazy. They're doing that all wrong. That's not how I do it. Because you do it the normal way. You do it the way you do it. But they're doing it totally different. Even if they come up with the same end result, they're crazy. Look how they did that. That's not how I'd have done it. I'd have done it the normal way. You see what I mean? You're the most normal person you know. That's my thoughts on it. Now, are people literally losing their minds now? I believe they are. Just, every now and again you get a chance. You got nothing else to do. Go to Walmart and look around you, and that's like a good cross section of your countrymen there. And it's scary. I don't know. That's about all I want to say. I'm just sitting down here by the river. I got to work tomorrow. y'all have a good day, and y'all be safe. You see somebody in need, and you have a means to help them out, man. Because that's what love is. Y'all take care.